Wait.
Anne and Jamie,
Well,
and then Alex would be the third person.
yeah. Can I ask a question? We had a similar situation on the Parks and Gardens Commission, which at least two of you know about, and we kind of rearranged the schedule. Do we want to think about that to keep Jamie on?
It sounded like what Erin said, maybe I misunderstood, was that between school and her new job, she is unable to commit to the commission.
Well,
Is that what you said, Erin?
Um, it made it seem like that she was gonna have class on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then she was gonna have um her part-time job is on Tuesdays. I guess the only day that she has is Thursdays, you know what I mean? So if we wanted to move to that day, that could be a possibility. I just don't know if like she's got a lot going on and is also overwhelmed. You know what I mean?
right.
Mm-hmm.
So there are two different things. One is it's a possible uh scheduling conflict, or overall she just can't fit this environmental commission into her schedule. Right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I can message her back and ask, like, I'll be like, you're free on Thursdays. Do you still want to be part of the commission?
Well, that would be a shame.
Yeah, see if that's what it is, because I'd be flexible. Is everybody else flexible for Thursdays?
Well, it's at least worth thinking about. No?
Yeah, that's worth thinking about.
I heard Thursdays actually are not great for me, but if it's the only day we can meet, then I'd be open to it. I'll have to get back to you though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we wouldn't want to accommodate one person and then
Right.
have somebody else, because this is a small commission with only 7 members. So let us know, Erin, by email, and then we should start to look at new members.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's hard finding new members. That's why I was suggesting maybe.
Right.
Okay.
So right now, this is it then, and we have a quorum.
Okay. So I'll call the meeting to order at 7:00. Well, then we need a secretary then.
That's right. You need someone to take the minutes at least.
Oh, again, right.
We need a secretary again.
Well, I did them last time.
You did.
I did.
Shane, would you be up to it this time?
I was gonna say I could do it next week. Today's not a good day because I might be on the road for part of this meeting.
Did you mean next week?
Next month. I'm sorry, next month. Next
that
week.
would be January then.
All right. I will do Otter then, and I will add them to the other 2 months that I've spoken individually with each of you about some of the challenges I've got going on right now. So I will get to them. I do have the recordings for everything. But we do have October, I think, right now to approve.
Well,
but I'll do tonight.
I'm getting Frank's last name in the minutes. That's one of the outstanding.
I didn't hear you, Glenn.
I wasn't sure of Frank's last name, so now that I have that, I've amended the October minutes, and then I got to change the. I'm waiting for. I don't know what's going on here. There it is. So if anyone looked at the minutes, I know this is you, Erin. I made 2 changes. I'm going to make 3, but the third one is so minor it doesn't really count. But go ahead, Erin. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have.
I'll call the meeting to order at 7:08 p.m.
Okay. And we have an attendance.
We have an attendance. Erin McGuire chair, Denise Zimmer, Glenn Candia, Shane Mott, and 2 members of the public.
Correct. I have not um, welcomed the other person. If you want to do that, Erin, maybe we can find out if it's a documenter or someone from Rutgers or just a member of the, not just or a member of the public.
Okay, so welcome, Frank. We know you're from New Brunswick today. And then I'm going to butcher the name, but it looks like it's Ramiza. If you wanted to share a little bit about yourself, just so that we
I'll be right back.
know who you are and why you might be joining us tonight.
Hi, I go to Rutgers. I'm just here as an observer.
Okay, that's awesome. That's so just feel free. There'll be public comment at the end of the meeting if you want to add anything.
Are you taking a class that there's something we could address specifically, or part of a program that is looking at the work that we do?
Yeah, I take a class called American Government, so I was just wondering how people in local American governments get things done.
Okay. We try to get things done.
Yeah, as you
That's
can see,
a
we're struggling. At
so
least
like
at the
that's
start of
a
this
hefty
meeting, it's not.
task. Yeah, yeah, that's a hefty task.
Yes.
Speaking of getting the meeting together, Aaron, I just added myself on my cell phone too. So if you see SM, another member, I don't know if you have to accept.
Let me go in and look. That's me. Mhm.
I know Denise is
SM2.
running the
Okay.
meeting for me. I'm on my phone.
Yeah, I
Okay,
got you.
perfect.
You're in.
Just so you know, that's me.
Okay. Because you're really interested, Shane. You want to know
Exactly. I want to
everything
take double
twice.
Twice
pay
as
twice
interested
the
as
attention,
anyone
yeah.
else.
But no, I might have to transfer partway through the call to myself. So you know that's me. I'm still here.
Okay. Great.
Okay. Did you resend out the October minutes, Glenn?
No,
Okay.
I sent an email saying that I wanted to amend it during the meeting to find out a couple things. One is Frank's last name, which now I have, which is in the meeting minutes from last month, and then make that correction you pointed out, Aaron. So, it's weird when you're writing the minutes, especially if you're writing them the day before the next meeting. It's kind of like you're in the future writing about the past. So when you put the next meeting, you're putting the next meeting because the next meeting is coming up the next day. So you put January. So anyway, I changed it to November 27th, which
25th.
is incorrect, right? 5.
25th.
Yes. And then I put Frank's name in there. So those are the only two changes. So no one else has any other changes to make. I'll send those out, but those are the two changes that I made to what I sent out yesterday.
I don't
move.
think we can approve them until at least they're sent out to the
Yeah,
entire
well, they're
commission.
right here, so all I'm gonna do is resend them. But I didn't know Frank's last name. I sent out an email saying that this is what I was gonna do. I was gonna wait until, so.
Can you do that right now so that
Yeah,
we
I'm
can?
sending them right now. I just
Great.
wanted, I didn't have the information until we started the meeting.
Okay.
So here we
Denise,
go.
real quick before we get started, did your phone number didn't change, did it? I sent you a couple texts. I don't know if they went through because I was getting the
It
green
did.
text. It did.
It
Okay.
did. It did. I'll message it to you.
If you could
right
just
now.
message it to me or email me, yeah.
I'm
that
so
way-
sorry, Shane.
No, don't apologize. I just assumed the number might have changed or something. So yeah, send it to me and yeah.
Yep,
No rush.
absolutely. No worries.
Funny. There you go.
So I'm going in to look at the meeting, the revised minutes, and
Well, yeah. It's weird when you minimize Zoom, it puts this little rectangular window on the screen that,
That's actually movable. You can move that
Yeah.
around.
yeah, but it blocks
I'm not a fan of how it does that.
yeah, it blocks
There's no
the
good way to
reply.
disable it
It
either.
blocks the reply all.
Ah,
So I
yeah.
gotta move. I'm moving it out of the way. Hang on. It's funny. I think it's funny anyway. So you gotta manipulate it to get it to move out of the way. Okay, very good. There we go. All right, from drive. And then just waiting for the drive to open so I can attach. As attachment. And then send. Okay. Sending, cancel. I'm not canceling. Message sent. Okay, so I sent out, the minutes are the same. It's just the date at the
Okay.
bottom.
Just those two
It's just the
corrections.
date at the bottom. There's no reason.
Well, I had reviewed them, and with those two changes, if they're on their way, I'm just waiting for them to arrive. I would move
There we go.
To adopt the minutes. And I'm going in now to make sure we got them.
You did. Good.
Glenn, did you send them to the Google group?
Yes. I did
Okay.
reply all to Aaron's email.
Okay. Yep, just got them.
Okay, good.
So I'll move.
I second.
You can't second.
I know.
Can I second them?
Well,
You certainly can.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll second them.
Sweet.
Okay, great.
All right.
All right.
So
Then we
we
will-
have approved the October 2025 meeting minutes.
Thank
So
you.
graciously written by Glenn.
Okay.
Why, thank you. It's a lot of work because I had to go back and listen to the entire meeting on YouTube. It's like a
Oh.
couple hours total. It's tough. I wonder why Jamie's. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
And now I have the other document.
And that's what I'm
Okay.
opening right now.
and Denise, yeah, if you could accept me again, it kicked out my second account.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no,
Um,
yeah, not you, it's the app.
Admit. Yeah, when it's that little box, I don't think it gives you the message that someone is waiting to be admitted. I didn't see it.
Okay.
I didn't see it because I was looking at the minutes. So I don't know. I'll have to make sure I know that that's something we have to monitor.
Okay. I mean, it's good for people, the public too, who might try to join in too, right?
Right. Yeah, so I do usually keep the whole window open. For the minute there, I went over to look at the minutes.
No worries.
We can get started with our ongoing business. Glenn, did you want to share the document that we worked on a little bit?
When you say share, you don't mean share through Gmail or anything. You mean
I mean,
share
like-
as in discuss?
Yeah, share and discuss.
Okay. So is
I
that,
don't know if you can share your screen. I don't know if Denise can let you do that.
oh, well, I don't know that I could, but I sent out the link for everyone. So everyone should be able to open it right now,
Okay.
right? Has
Okay.
everyone looked at it?
Yeah, I haven't.
I know
Mhm.
you have not, or you have?
I have.
Oh, okay. I know for a fact Aaron has.
And I have.
Oh, okay, great. So then I guess it's mostly, what do you think?
I want to see what it looks like now. I have to.
Oh, I thought I got rid of
Yeah.
that.
I'm going in myself. I thought we were going to share screens, which I could have
I
done.
had no
I didn't
idea.
plan.
I can
Give me-
do that if you want.
Let me go look.
I mean,
I'm just looking for your emails, Glenn.
yeah, I know
document shared. Here we go.
something's different here. I'm gonna get into it again. There you go.
Okay, got it.
So it should say RCO2 at the top, right?
Yes.
Good, very good. Okay. So that's the version that I changed after Erin put in her contribution, and then she and I talked about potentially changing a couple of the entries, which with her, okay, I did. So basically, I completed the document. I sent it out. Erin added her points of interest, and then I spoke with her, and she was keen to keep the recycling entry pretty much exactly the way she wrote it, but I got permission to do a little changing of a couple of things in trash and bulk items, basically just to streamline the document, because I'm imagining that it's probably going to get a little larger. And then I didn't know if anyone had any, I didn't get any feedback. So I don't know what you guys think, whether you have any additions, amendments, add, change, delete type things.
The
I mean,
only
to me, it looked good, but go ahead.
no, the only thing I wanna add the link to the bulk appointments so
Mhm.
that that's on there at least, and maybe the phone number for the DPW.
I think the reason why we didn't do that was because the trash and recycling general information link at the bottom, of course, this won't be a link on a printed page that you can click on, but included all of the information, and one of them was the link, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Am I
So then
correct? Yeah.
that's fine. Yeah, no, the link is on the trash and recycling page. You're right. Okay.
Yeah, it's all
And-
inclusive, so
In the efforts of space.
yeah, I was gonna put the app link, and then it was like, no, you just put this, and I was like, oh, cool. Remember the other one had a lot of underscores and hyphens, and the one I found, the main page.
Yeah, no, that's the slash recycling is the quick link.
Efficient, yeah, it's much more efficient. So if you're
Just
good, I mean, we can fit it right
Formatting,
now.
a formatting suggestion would be to add either references or resources in bold colon at the bottom,
Do that.
unless your New Brunswick municipal ordinances colon is actually referring to. It looked like it wasn't, you couldn't get it on one line.
That's correct.
So
We can do that. That's no
maybe
problem.
the section should be
References. Yeah.
references or resources, whichever one you feel is more, appropriate. And then the ordinances and trash and recycling would be the two items under that.
Mhm. Well, there's one thing I wanted to point out, and this is where it's really gonna come down to a review by a city official, is the second, at the end of the second paragraph, I have an asterisk, and the asterisk points to, in the original document, it points to language that I took from the rent control office rental registration packet, which talks a little bit about the consequences of not looking for it, of not complying with any of the ordinances. And it's just a little bit of a stronger language.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's worth just waiting to find out what the city says, because although their language is a little strong, I'd rather leave it generic, that that language before. I'm getting into something else, so I'm not seeing it, but the language before, the sentence before the asterisk at the end of the second paragraph talks about, you can incur, let me get to it. Too many things going on here. Hang on. Failure to comply with these regulations may result in fines and accompanying court costs. The rent control office language says violation of a municipal ordinance. This is the asterisk, what the asterisk points to. Violation of a municipal ordinance is punishable by fines levied by the municipal court, along with possible jail time or community service. Sounds like, I don't know if jail time sounds cool. So this is something the city's going to have to decide on if they want to keep any kind of punitive type language in this thing, if they keep it at all.
Right.
But I just wanted to point out the official language compared to my
Summary.
yeah, that was in the
I
original
like your summary. I would not go into
jail time
into
community
the
service.
detail because there
Right.
are so many other details under all of these categories. The
Right.
only thing that I noticed, well, before I say that, the other thing, under noise, you also list fines and you're mentioning, I think we should be consistent. We're either going to say things or we're not going to say things.
Oh, God.
Um,
I don't know what.
so under noise, what I'm looking at has the fines and it does list the municipal code there, which I think is fine. I think that's good. But do you want to list the fine under one and not the other?
Okay, I'm sorry. I was amending the document. Where are we? Noise?
Under noise, you
Noise,
have
right.
a specific fine.
Right.
And
Well,
I'm wondering if, since you said what you said at the top,
yes.
should we omit that, or do you think it's
I think it's
significant
emphasis.
enough?
I think it emphasizes the potential severity of a violation.
Okay.
That was my thinking. I mean, this whole thing needs to be reviewed. So if you originally I had, if you remember the original document, I had fines can range from $250 to $1,250 for multiple offenses. So it was getting a little long. The reference to the municipal code at the end of that paragraph dropped down to a second line or fourth line actually in this, we're counting lines. So I curtailed it. I culled out the beginning part of that. And this way I fit it on 3 lines total for noise.
Right.
And yeah, so I think it emphasizes and actually we could do that. All of them come with, well, not all of them. I think from what I understand, Aaron, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure for property maintenance, which is under the purview of the sanitation inspectors for certain things. Other things with respect to property maintenance is handled by the inspections department. I don't know what they're called anymore. Okay, this is the way I understand how this all happened. I'm pretty sure I'm right, and Aaron, correct me if I'm wrong if you know better, but there used to be a group within a department that handled property maintenance type inspections that we're thinking about, like litter and debris. And it all used to be under the, I don't know, I used to know the phone number is 5075, I believe. So 745-5075. It was property maintenance. I had a discussion with Donna Caputo about certain things that I've noticed, and eventually out of that came a department called Sanitation Inspections, which was under DPW. And then they started handling not only inspections of things like the way bulk items and what bulk items and how bulk items were put out, but also litter, debris on properties, maintenance of or storage of trash receptacles and that whole thing. That came under the sanitation inspections department under DPW's purview. And so there are other issues that are addressed by the original property maintenance group, which is like, if you have items on your porch, if you have all kinds of debris on your porch or indoor furniture on your porch or a grill on your porch, things like that. Like you're not allowed to grill on your front porch or probably your back porch too, because typically it's wood or it's something that's potentially flammable. You're not allowed to have indoor furniture on your porch. It has to be exterior furniture. That's my understanding, and that's handled by a different group. I think snow removal is also handled by that other department. So that's my understanding. Aaron, you might know better. Does that sound right
I
to
don't
you?
know where the question originated from.
I'm a little lost. Like, is that relevant to what you wrote in that one of these sections?
Well, you were talking about fines, and I was getting to the point where I was just asking if that was correct. So the point, though, if it is correct, what I just described, is that many of these departments, or at least the two that I'm aware of, and then I guess the police department too, for noise violations, they have escalating fines. So for the sanitation inspection department, I believe after you get so many fines, they start to escalate in cost. So instead of, I think I'm talking out, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I have an idea, so I'm just gonna throw it out there. I think it's like, let's say 60 something dollars for an offense. And then the court costs of $30, let's say. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere around the right range. As you have multiple offenses, the costs go up, the amount of the fines goes up. So that's the idea behind noise. It starts at 250 and then it works its way up to 1250. I don't know the amounts for other violations like sanitation inspection department ordinance violations, but my understanding is they escalate. So I'm not sure if all of these escalate, like trash violations or bulk item violations.
I guess the question, Glenn, is if
I
we're
understand.
going,
I
if we
understand.
want to
So,
emphasize
right. So
only
what I'm,
on noise,
right.
I
So,
like the wording the way it is right now.
oh, okay. I thought you were concerned that I'm mentioning a fine individually.
Well, your answer was that you felt like that particular one was
Correct.
that's category, not that fine, but that category. That was my question. Should we
Right.
be mentioning it in one and not the others? And
That's
your
right.
answer, I think we could factor in. It's an important one that people may not realize can result in a fine.
Right. Right. I was just trying to illustrate that other types of violations have escalating fines as well. So your point of, I mentioned at the end of the second paragraph that there are fines incurred for violations. Is it redundant that I have the one in there for the noise kind of thing? Do I want to single out noise and put in?
Correct.
Right, right. So what I was getting at is that I think all of these might have that type of situation where the fines escalate for multiple offenses. I think what you
But
just
I don't, but
I think what you just said, Denise, sums up what I was thinking, that this one I think is important to point out that there's an escalation in fines.
so we don't want to include the fines on the rest of them is what.
Well, we can.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
I'd have
I
to
don't
look.
think we need to. I don't really want to.
I agree.
Yeah. And I was questioning whether we should put it for noise. And I guess the question for the four of us is whether, because that's something that landlords or tenants might not realize, could generate a fine. Like, I don't know if there's some reason that people would not know that different than if they don't remove their snow or they don't put their trash out on the right night. I don't know, but I was willing to entertain that to leave in if that's what Glenn's point was, and we all thought it was worth emphasizing.
So do we all think, I mean, I'd have to go talk to or really do the research beyond what I've done to find out whether all of these issues have violations that escalate in cost for multiple incidences.
I don't know. My question is to you, Glenn. Do you do you want to just remove how much it says for the fine for noise, or does it really matter that like you really want that one to include the fine?
Well,
Because I don't really want to I don't really care either way. You know what I mean? And like I don't really want to include the exact fines on all of them. That seems a little bit too intense of a document. I don't know. I don't
well,
really.
it
I'm in
does.
agreement with that
Yeah,
because
I don't think any other violation escalates to that amount. I think,
Oh no, for the trash,
oh,
I'm
do
pretty
they?
sure it goes up until like $5,000.
Okay, well, that's what I was getting at. I didn't know. So we can remove that. That's fine. I'm not going to save any room. So is anyone, Shane, you're the only voice to weigh in. Do you want to remove that? I'm removing it,
If
actually.
you, yeah, I would say just remove it. Unless
Okay.
you want to go through the trouble of putting all the costs in there. I think it's fine just to remove it and keep it all
Yeah,
uniform.
yeah,
let's see. Yeah, sure. It's already done.
I think the emphasis is there for that these are the important topics that
Right.
people need to be reminded about.
Yeah, it's already done.
Okay.
Okay,
Um,
perfect.
yeah, that's good.
Unfortunately, it didn't save any room, but that's
It
fine.
did, I know it didn't really save any.
Right.
But you know
Right.
what? I don't know. So here's another one. So at the bottom, I have parking, which Aaron likes, and we agreed should stay in. Um, I didn't find in that section of the ordinances that it's a violation to park on your front lawn, which I know it is, but that section of the ordinance database enumerates all the parking violations except that one. So that's why I have the question marks at the end of that, as well as parking on lawns, question mark. I didn't see it there, so I'm like, well, so we can remove that too. But I was going to check, see, this is the type of thing I was going to check with the city or TK or Charlie type of thing. But, you
And
know,
you couldn't find reference specifically to lawns,
right.
but you know that that's the case.
I'm pretty sure. So I can call the police department at this time of night and double check that. I'll talk to a desk
Right.
sergeant. But I mean, this needs to be reviewed by the city anyway. So
What I will say that I think this is a neat, concise, pointed reminder and kind of benign to go into the packet. But the point of it being in there is not benign. The point is you all have a responsibility, and remember what your responsibility is as a landlord and to inform your tenants.
that's correct.
And it may be helpful for them to, to just pass this along. I was surprised, Erin, that if somebody has a missed recycling, they call the Middlesex County Improvement Authority. I didn't realize that they were who did recycling, and that our residents call them directly. So
Well,
is that
the thing is that they can call my department too, but I like to like send people to the county because they're the ones who are like contracting out to pick up the recycling. So it's just easier if they call.
saves a step
Saves a
for
step.
them
Yeah.
and for you, basically?
Yeah. It saves a step. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think they also track that stuff. Am I correct about that, Aaron? Where,
They track it better than I do. So
right.
yeah.
Okay. And the Recycle Coach app, where it's listed as just Recycle Coach app, that's not a link, right? That's just people should know how to go down and
Yeah,
And
that is a good question. The only way to get the app, Aaron, is to scan the QR code.
You all you need to do is like in your Play Store search Recycle Coach and it comes up.
right.
Okay, because all I saw was the QR code there. I have
Well,
to-
It's
downloading on your phone, your computer, if it's in, I think it's in there, and in tablets is either the App Store or Google, whatever the name of the Google store is.
right, but let's see what does the link say? That's what I was getting at.
what do you mean the link
Well,
where?
when I go to the recycling link, it talks about trash,
The
residential recycling.
the recycling link has like a website plugin, I
Right.
think.
Well, right, but for the app.
That's what I'm saying. I think
So
it has a
yeah, so you
website
go
plugin for
download
the app.
the free, right. So download the free app. And so we've been Go Coach app. Let me try that one. So okay, so you type in your city. I see. I went there once before. I just didn't remember. Yeah, I see it. Okay.
So is there a different link than the
Yeah.
one that's at the bottom?
Yeah,
that we could-
it's an external link. Once you get to the recycling, the City of New Brunswick recycling page, there's an external link to the company, right, Aaron, that hosts the app. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe put that in the same way you have the spelled out links to the other ones, just in case people, because this is not going to be clickable for people.
Right. Well, if so off the City of New Brunswick recycling page, you go to download for the free Recycle Coach app, and you click on that link. And
Well, all I'm suggesting is that under the section of
I
recycling,
understand. Right.
if it says download the Recycle Coach app and they don't go down to the bottom,
Right.
the question could be,
Right, but-
especially for people who are not that tech savvy, how do I do that? So I was just suggesting if you want to download the app.
Right.
for the-
So here's what I was getting at. I did do this once before. So Denise, what you're saying is another link, which might take up space. So we can talk about that. But let me so once you get to the recyclecoach.com website and you
Mhm.
enter your municipality, the only way to download the app is by taking a picture of the QR code.
What do you mean taking a picture of the QR code?
Well, it doesn't look like you can download it to, like, I have a laptop. I don't know. It looks like the only way to get the app is through
You'd
the
have to see if it has a Windows based in
through the
the
QR.
Windows store.
Yeah.
And sometimes, the app stores don't hold the app. You need a link to it. Or I ran into this before, like the app for our building. It's not in the Apple store. You have to go directly to the management website to get it. So it could be something like that.
Right. That seems to be the case here, but once you get to the recyclecoach.com website and you type in New Brunswick, it looks like the only way to get it is through the QR code. There's nothing to
Okay.
download like to your laptop through Windows 10 or 11.
Right.
Right.
So maybe you could change the sentence to visit recyclecoach dot whatever it is to download the Recycle Coach app for the schedule. Just visit and you do have, the last line has a lot of space. So I don't think it's going to add
Oh, I
another
see
line.
where
and
your
it's not
cursor is.
save.
where your cursor is. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
It's not
Why
gonna,
don't you type that out? Let's see how that looks.
well, okay. I didn't realize it was my cursor, but yes, it was.
It is.
Yeah, I see that. What is it?
Well-
Recycle coach dot what?
Well, hang on. Okay.
think it's .com.
Recyclecoach.com. There you go.
Didn't really do much for the,
No,
I
it's
mean,
fine.
is that okay? Do you want me
Yeah,
to make it
space-wise,
HTTP?
it's good.
You want it to be HTTP colon?
You have a good amount of room. There you go.
Yeah.
So you could even do www just to make it complete.
Well, let me go to it and then I'll just grab it so it's exactly right.
Okay.
Yep. And it's a secure. So let me just redo that. All right.
Does that work for you, Aaron? That looks.
Is that okay, Aaron?
That's fine. Yeah.
Alright.
Whatever gets people to the right place. So
Right.
if you think that's will work better, that's great.
Right.
Okay.
The only thing
And-
is you can't download it to anything but a phone. That's the only thing I was pointing
Well,
out. Yeah, it is what it is.
We can't really teach people how to use technology. That's another
Well,
topic that I think
yeah,
needs
and
to, we're
it
giving
has,
them the tool.
yeah, and it has nothing to do with Aaron or the city of New Brunswick. It's the recyclecoach.com website. That's the way
Right.
they make it available. So it is what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a nitpicking thing. It's my personal grammatical preference. You could start this with the city of New Brunswick reminds rental property owners instead of would like to take this opportunity.
Yeah.
When you say would like to, it's basically you're telling them, so you're taking the opportunity already.
Right.
So
Well, you
it's
wouldn't
a
put
little-
reminds.
Yeah, I was thinking just go to the word reminds rental property owners or something like that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that.
Well,
Yeah.
I was trying to edit
Yeah,
your
yeah,
first
yeah.
line.
No,
Yeah.
I think this is kind of a friendly intro into the
That's
whole
fine.
topic, right?
Mhm.
It's kind of like, hey, we'd like to take this opportunity. That's a common phrase, I think, too.
Mhm.
But yeah, that that can go either way. I think the city's gonna want to change this anyway, to be honest with you. I mean, this needs an informed official eye to look at it. Like,
Well, as long as we are as long as we're all in agreement, then it should go up the chain.
well, in here, so let's stick with that sentence. So I just wrote it with some variability built in. So, and their tenants, there's a parentheses, rental property owners and their tenants in parentheses. That doesn't need to be in parentheses. That
It
might
doesn't
only-
need to be in
Correct.
parentheses. It's not
So
parenthetical.
I can take out the parentheses. Also, I put of some of their obligations as responsible stakeholders in our communities. I mean, the rental property owners might not be in our communities, but certainly the renters are. And then community or communities. See that kind of, I put this explanation into the original email that where I sent the link to kind of give you guys a heads up as to what you might want to look at with respect to changes that you might want to make. I said, there's parentheses or slashes.
I like in our community,
I think so.
but I could live either way. I don't like the if you were going to leave it with
I'm not.
I like in our community.
I think
since we're one.
communities plural though works better. No,
Uh,
because the
It's fine.
municipality.
I think of our community. I think of New Brunswick as a community. But
Yeah,
if you're referring to the local neighborhoods, then
right.
in our
Yeah.
you could add local if you want,
Local
Um,
communities.
but I think it's fine.
Yeah.
The
I'm gonna
other
leave it the
thing,
way I just did it. Okay.
the other thing that struck me, well, now you just have one word on a line, commitment. I don't know if you can clean up anything else that would get that get that into 3 lines instead of taking up a whole line for the word commitment.
Well,
That's just a thought. 'cause
yeah,
you've been-
fair enough. With what we have right now, we have 3 lines available at the bottom.
Okay,
And that's without taking away, I could get 4 because I could
right.
take away a blank line above the references.
Right.
So again, this is going to be changed, you know.
Right.
So there
The one
might
thing
we
that
might
that
they might
struck- I'm sorry.
pardon me, Denise, we or they might want to have a header, you know, something more than just City of New Brunswick Division of Clean Communities. You might want to put something in there. I don't know, like contact information, phone number, address. I don't know. So it's kind of yeah.
Well, since Erin is the Division of Clean Communities, I think right, Erin, that comes under
Well,
your jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right.
So I think whatever works best for Erin in terms of getting follow-up,
Well,
in terms of what we want to recommend. It may not be what the final decision is, but if that's the way it goes, if she wanted a number or,
well, what I would say to that is that this is an official city document going out, and I think they're going to want to put it out. So I don't remember. I'd have to look in my folder I have in my bin for the rent control packet documents. That there's one for the fire division that has kind of a header, if I recall correctly. It doesn't just say City of New Brunswick Fire Division. I think it has something about, you know, official. I don't know. I'd have to look. But anyway, look, I think what's important is that we get the meat and potatoes down, right? And I think we have that.
I agree. I was offering Erin the opportunity to revise what will end up coming to her if they added something or not, if we didn't and they didn't. So I just was pointing out that this going out could end up, if it's got contact information, on a lot of calls that may not really be under Erin's auspices.
Right.
If the header is Division of Clean Communities.
Right. That's why yeah, but they might not want to put something out that doesn't have any contact information. So I'm not sure that it'll be under the Division of Clean Communities because it's multiple departments, I think, that are referenced here.
Well, the other thing is
I
it
don't
doesn't
know.
mention Environmental Commission at all. And this was at our recommendation. I don't care if we are mentioned or not, but if we're spending commission time on this, then there should be a clear link about why we thought this was an important thing to do, and not just in a transmittal. It seems overstepping to me if we don't draw that connection. That's just my thought.
I honestly, this came up as an idea I had that I threw out to Aaron, and then we talked about it on the phone for a bit. This is the origin of it. Excuse me. And then somehow it got enveloped into the Environmental Commission because really this is not Environmental Commission specific, although that is potentially something we could bring up to the city. I think honestly, if I were a representative of an official in the city, I would say, okay, we need to scrub this whole thing and see what's up with it. It needs to go through an official review process, find out whether these references to the municipal code chapters are correct, find out whether the language is something that we can, you know, put out officially. I think there's a lot of official review that's going to need to be done with this. So I think it's basically giving them the bare bones of what we would recommend they put out.
Do
Whether
you
you
want
guys,
to change? Oh, go ahead.
sorry, no, go ahead. I'm kind of done.
No, do you want to put like City of New Brunswick and instead of Division of Clean Communities, do you want to just put Environmental Commission? So that like it's connected to us?
I don't think so.
Mm,
Well, you got snow removal on there, noise, parking, property maintenance even now is not under DPW, although it's related to clean communities.
yeah, I mean, everything seems like it's under clean communities. I guess,
No, it's not. That's what I'm getting at.
oh, I
Well,
thought-
parking's not under clean communities. Noise is not under clean communities. Snow removal is
yeah, I guess I don't
proper
know.
is not under clean communities. Proper,
Right.
right, Aaron? And I don't think
I just thought since it was like about keeping the community clean, it could just be put under something like that.
I think that makes sense. I just don't know where the Environmental Commission plugs in here. But
Well, maybe it doesn't. Maybe this is just a good recommendation to the city for issues that come to our attention as we're looking at, environmental improvement and monitoring and maintenance and
can I be honest with you? I don't know how this got into the commission. Be honest. I know it was something I was discussing with Aaron, but somehow it ended up here. I don't know how.
There was like talk one meeting about like issues of the city cans, and then somehow this became the action item.
Yeah, we did have some pretty lengthy discussions on trash, not trash removal, but proper placement of the trash, and I guess it just kind of snowballed into this big announcement.
Yeah. So
But
Which I
it is relevant. It's loosely relevant, but it is relevant.
I'd say half of it's relevant. Very specifically,
Yeah.
recycling, trash, bulk items, even snow removal, and property maintenance. So let's say 2/3 relevant.
yeah.
I think, like a cleaner environment and a cleaner city is under the Environmental Commission's auspices.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that. The only, I guess, the only other thing is if there was something under resources to go to our page, but we're not really populating our page with things that would foster or further
Right.
some of these issues.
Right.
We did have the noise one for the electric equipment.
Yeah, that's true.
Lead, I don't know if lead is under any of these, other than maintaining the interior and exterior of your house. So that would be the only other place, except if in an opening paragraph, at the recommendation of the City of New Brunswick Environmental Commission, the City of New Brunswick would like to take this opportunity. I mean, it could be as simple as that. If it makes a difference, I am always of the belief that commissions like this that are promoted and are broadcast in the way that New Brunswick Today does and Documenters does is designed to engage more people in the work that we do, whether it's Parks and Gardens, whether it's environmental, whether it's the historical. People who have an interest in those things know that there's a commission and potentially want to apply or participate in activities. So I support the idea of promoting the commissions that the mayor has appointed and the city council has endorsed to make sure that people know that the city is interested and open to and inviting community involvement in the city of New Brunswick.
That all makes good sense.
Do you want to put at the bottom, like
Ooh.
sponsored by the
Yeah, I was
Environmental
thinking,
Commission or something?
I was
Like
thinking the
what
same thing. The
or
only thing
brought,
I'd say is, would the
brought
city
to you
want
by.
the official rent control notification to be from the Environmental Commission, right? That's what I'm getting at. It's an
I
official
don't
city document. That's the only
Right.
thing I'd say. So
I don't
I
know.
think,
I feel like we're an official city commission,
well, we
Entity.
so
are, sure.
yeah, so
Mhm.
like why would it not matter that we're also part of the city, so it's just showing that this is something important to us.
Well,
I don't
this
know.
is why you guys all have edit authority.
Well, maybe at the
So,
bottom, under resources, maybe we put something like for additional, either information or
well,
for additional information about the city of New Brunswick Environmental Commission, visit here. Like maybe it's as simple as just mentioning that we have the commission, but that's a little obtuse. It doesn't really.
well, the only thing I'd say about this whole concept is that this is addressing general items that are not that a number of them actually, yeah, a number of them aren't under the auspices of the Environmental Commission, kind of
Mhm.
specifically, noise and parking. There are a number of divisions that factor into this.
Mhm.
And so it's hard to pinpoint it to the EC. But look, this is what I'm saying. You guys have edit authority. If you guys want to make a change and see how it flies.
I think we should agree on that so that there's not a lot of back and forth after this. Like we should send it to them saying the Environmental Commission is making a recommendation, after discussion of key items that we have noticed or have come to our attention in public, forums. We are recommending that an enclosure be an enclosure similar to the attached be sent with the annual packet. We hope, it meets with your approval, or we whatever, something like we hope that it will be taken under consideration and look forward to any questions. This way we're not overstepping. But I don't even know who's sending this. Like, I don't know once it's done, how it's getting to whom, by whom.
Well, and that's what I was thinking. We should talk about the next step. My next step, which, I'm a very informal guy. I was gonna reach out, and I tried, but I haven't heard back from TK yet. I was gonna reach out to TK. I already brought it up to him at one of our Democratic Committee meetings, and he said, "Oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea." And I said, "Well, I was hoping to perhaps run it past you, or Erin suggested maybe Charlie, which I think is a good idea because she's, the one that deals with these issues some of these issues, at least on a daily basis." So he said, "Sure, Charlie, maybe." And so at the end of that short conversation, because you know what those meetings are like, Denise, everyone's getting out and TK has 6 million things on his plate that he's
I
dealing
think
with.
I think we should contact TK separate and apart, even though I know you've mentioned it to him. I think that's a good,
So
straight path to him.
yeah, so I think it needs to be reviewed by legal first of all, if nothing else, and then just to make sure, this is
Mhm.
this is going to be something the city's going to want to look at, how it's phrased, the language that's used. Is it accurate? Are the references correct? You know, this isn't a, if it's an official document that's going out, they got to make sure it's tight,
Right.
right? Can't be loosey goosey. So for example, in the snow removal section, I actually added 12 daylight hours. Now, originally I didn't have daylight in there, although I knew once I wrote this up that the ordinance says daylight hours, but that's an important legal addition because if it stops snowing at 10 p.m.,
Mhm.
when do those 12 hours start ticking, right? So it would be after sunrise. That's when I guess the 12 hours. I don't know. I'd have to talk to TK. When you say daylight hours, I'm assuming that's what that means after the sun rises. So that's an important um, addition there.
So my thing is that like, is this good enough to like be reviewed by TK? Are we all in agreement with the way that it looks like now?
I think it's okay. I mean, are there any categories missing? That my issue would be, are there any categories missing? It seems
Yeah,
like we're consistent among the categories. We put the municipal code. We're mentioning fines where we think it's worth, emphasizing. And it has a friendly feel to it. We put additional resources at the bottom, links that people, and in the body, links that people can follow. So my question is, are there any other areas that we have not touched on? We're talking about homeowners and residents because it's going through the rental packet. It's not like don't litter in the street, pick things up if you see them. These seem to be the relevant areas for homeowners and tenants.
yeah, and just to be clear, I just want to, I'm sure you guys all know this, but it goes out to only rental property owners, the rental registration packet.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't go to like Aaron.
I mean, I guess the only other thing you might want to do is edit in the place where it says owners and their tenants. Maybe you could say
Oh, I didn't get rid of the parentheses.
where
Sorry.
you might want that you might want to share it. Landlords might, or I guess landlords might wish to share this with their tenants. I think that's implied, but they need to know that it's not going to get to the tenant unless they share it.
Right.
So it might be worth emphasizing this. This is a quick reference that landlords might wish to share with their tenants, or it's formatted to share with your tenants, I guess. I don't know if that matters to anyone, but that was your original thought. They could attach it to a lease, or they could leave it in a rental property.
That's correct. Yeah. When I was renting out my apartment, I posted, Aaron, you'll be happy to hear this. I posted the schedule in the hallway, the common hallway. It's a two-family, so when you come down the stairs, you'd see it, and when you open the door, when anyone that's leaving the house would see it in the hallway. So, but yes, that is the idea. Of course, that would be ideal that they don't just take this and crumple it up and oh, okay.
Right. So it might be worth putting a sentence in somewhere to that
Yeah.
effect, where you feel it flows best.
Oh, great. Go on me. Haven't I done enough for you people? Which, by the way, I don't want to lose what you just said, Denise, and we'll come back to it. But if you look at the second sentence of that the first paragraph, maintaining a clean, safe, and hospitable / healthy. So do we want to go with hospitable? Denise thought that was a large word, right? For, that target audience, Denise, as opposed to healthy. I think hospitable, I think for me sounded nice.
Welcoming, inviting,
Mm.
safe,
Well, we
clean.
have safe and clean.
Yeah.
So I like
I think
hospitable, but
I think healthy is better.
okay,
It's
Okay.
more friendly.
there you go. Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to put some language in there? Oh, wow, I think we gained a line. Woo! Yeah, we did. Does someone want to put some language in there? Look, this can't all be on me, man. Come on. Someone.
I'm good with the way that it looks like now.
Oh,
Yeah,
you don't
I
want
was
to
gonna
put
say that too.
you don't want to put something in there about sharing it with your tenants type of language?
I think it's implied with the first sentence when it says to remind rental property owners and their tenants.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I
I don't know.
agree.
I don't think we have to explicitly tell them to share it with their tenants.
Right,
They can share it if they feel it's necessary. I don't
right.
know.
Well, and some
Right.
property owners take that responsibility. I can tell you of a specific property that I know as a what they call pickers, because I've seen them out there multiple times during my walks. I'll walk, various times of the day, and I see this guy out there, and I've actually engaged him. I'm like, oh, so you maintain this property? He's like, yep. And there are a number of property maintenance companies that have trucks you'll see around the streets in the city. So this is something that property owners may not even the tenants might not even need to be aware of it because they have a property maintenance company handling these types of
Right.
things. Yeah.
Okay. Then I think the implication is fine. Did you not take out the parentheses? You put it back in now?
No, he took them
Or
out.
and their
Oh,
tenants.
oh, maybe I'm looking at a prior version.
Oh yeah, I'm in the library. And I left it healthy.
Healthy.
Healthy environment. Kind of like the
Yeah.
tone.
Then I
I'm
then
happy
I
with
think we're fine with it.
I'm happy with the tone. Right? We're reminding them as responsible stakeholders. I think those are two good things. Um, of their obligations. I could have used another word there, but I like, you know, obligations. I also wanted to, qualify it's not comprehensive or a substitute for lease terms or official regulations and guidelines. I think that's important to emphasize. Comment.
So are is it good to go? Like
Yes. Yeah.
Well, it's a commission decision, right?
I think it looks fine. Um, yeah,
Look, it's the first draft, you know.
right.
Again, someone's going to pour over this.
I, I think,
If they do it at all.
I honestly think you're very optimistic about that.
That's what I said. Well, I just said while you were talking, I said if they do this at all,
Right.
they might think this guy's insane. What's
Well,
he
I might
talking?
think it's a nice thing to add in, like here's information about our feeding program, our community soup kitchen, or like there might be other things that they might feel similarly would be something nice to add in or not.
Well,
I don't know that they're going to feel ownership of
that's
this communication, but I think it's fine the way it is,
for
and
what
we
it
should
is.
probably move forward with an endorsement to have Glenn pursue it, run it by the legal department, and whatever advice they give. And then I'm comfortable that it doesn't have to come back to us based on the recommendation of the city attorney, unless something substantively is changing. If it's in the spirit of what we're trying to do, and he has some great, suggestions, I'd be okay with it and just copy it to us.
Yeah, the reviewed version,
Right.
right? Second draft. Well, look, I don't know if they're gonna go for this at all. I just thought it was a good idea and it makes a lot of sense. I think Aaron said, you could have done this a long time ago, right? So it 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 doesn't hurt. The idea, information never hurts anyone. It's not
Mhm.
threatening. Um, these are the common, and I asked during the last meeting, does anyone have any other suggestions that, you know, issues that we might want to address in this? Um, I don't, I don't know if I can't think of any. I don't think anyone else thought of any.
Well, the rent control department might think of something else that
That's
they
right.
get a lot of complaints or
That's right.
concerns about. And we can always update this on an annual basis, review it, see if anything changes, see if anything new comes up. I mean, we're a growing, evolving city. Things could change.
Grow and evolve. Yeah. And then to dovetail off of that, one of the things that we were talking about, Aaron's suggestion of running this through Charlie. I didn't want to reach out to Charlie directly because, she's under TK. So I wanted to go to TK first, to see what he thought. But reaching out to Charlie might give us some insight because she deals with these issues on a daily basis. She might go, oh, you know what? What's a common issue that I see all the time? Or Patty. Patty may have some insight into this. She's like, oh, this happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
This is a real issue for property owners or for tenants. But we got to be mindful of the scope, of course. I think 1 page is a good limit.
I agree.
We don't want to get too big, and then if we do it in Spanish on the other side.
Right.
So.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it was going to be one side English, one side Spanish. Yeah.
Maybe make sure that whatever gets transmitted, I think it's important that there be, even if you make a call, that there be a written transmittal for our records of what we're saying. So here's what we're thinking of doing with it. And we would like to see, once approved, the final version translated to Spanish front and back. I think that's important besides the verbal discussion about that.
Well, then, Aaron, do you want to head that up? Because if it's an official outreach type of thing.
You mean once you get TK's?
Well, yeah, as the chair. That's all I'm thinking.
But I mean, once he reviews it and gives you feedback and it's done, then we send it to Aaron to transmit to the rent department. Is that what you're saying?
It sounds like Denise, you want to have a formal written process so we have a record, right?
Well, I think it should be a record to TK as well.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But that should come from you because you're reaching out to TK.
I think so, but yeah, I didn't know if Aaron wanted to make it, a formal environmental commission.
I really don't care.
Okay. Okay. Well,
okay.
I feel like I'm even less. I feel like I'm less formal than you, Glenn. So
I don't know if that's possible. I'm kind of like, hey, I'm going to walk into TK's office and say, hey, what do you think of that? That's pretty informal.
Right.
Well, yeah. Well, let's at least get to the point where we all agree that this is what we're going to go with.
I think we're there.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Yeah, I agree. I think the document looks good, Glenn. And thank you for taking the time to put it together. I wanted to say that as well, but it looks good.
Well, thanks, Shane. I appreciate that. Yeah,
I
it was.
I agree.
Was a bit of work.
It really is. Yeah.
Took
And
hours and hours.
less is more sometimes, and I
That's
think
true.
you did a good
Yeah.
job of less.
Absolutely right.
It's hard getting a lot of information into a small space like we did here, or you did here, Glenn.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tone, my main concern was the tone. Even for each individual item, you know, that's pretty straightforward, but the opening tone those first two paragraphs were important for me to
Mhm.
Yeah.
really,
Yeah. No, you did a really good job about that.
So, okay, we don't need to vote, do we? I don't,
No,
no, okay. So I'll
you
reach
have
out.
our blessing to go bring it to the to legal.
Okay, very good. And then I'll let you guys know what happens, what transpires. Aaron, timing wise, I was listening as I was listening to for the minutes. I was listening to the YouTube video of our last meeting. You thought that December was when they're kind of working on getting things prepped to put out for the 2026 year. Does that sound right to you?
Yes.
I think we're probably timing wise, we're okay. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, I'll follow up with TK and then I'll let you guys know what's up.
Great.
Sounds good.
Thank you for all your work.
Sure. Hopefully it'll benefit all of us, you know, the city overall.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks Shane in particular, only because Shane has personal experience, anecdotal experience about these things. You know, yeah, he's like, I'm walking down the street and I see this and that. I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's the hook. You know, that's what got me thinking about this. Snow removal, litter, you know,
Yeah.
so
No, I appreciate the shout out there, but it does. I mean, when you're part of the community and you're walking through the neighborhoods every day and you see it, obviously you become a little more, or you feel a little more affected by it, and it feels a little more personal. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, it feels good to actually do something about it or try to do something about it.
yeah. And I think this is as preemptive as it can get, right? I mean, because all the inspections and fines are after the fact. This is trying, you know, no one wants anyone to be penalized for anything, you know. And if you can kind of get in before that, I think it's a good way to go.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Anyway, that's enough of that. So
Okay.
I'm on it.
I guess the next thing is just a placeholder. We haven't heard anything from the state about the skip the stuff ordinance, have we?
No,
I
and
have.
I think we would have. It would be interesting to see what the change, if there's going to be a change in the administration of who's going, have you heard anything about DEP and who the commissioner might be, or is she keeping, is his name Sean? Shane? Sean?
I think it's Sean.
Sean.
Sean Latourette.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah. And whether that becomes, is that something that's important to her? Or, I mean, we haven't had any change in the legislators. That's next year. But, perhaps there's somebody else we could engage to if we want to find out more or promote more on that.
I was thinking about that. I think Senator Smith's office would be a good place to reach out to, you know?
Yeah. Is there, at the end of this legislative cycle, New Jersey, I'm just doing a quick search. I don't know. And we never heard back from that woman who was asking us to support her. She just, met us at the League of Municipalities, and that was the end of it.
Oh, yeah, was that Clean Water Action woman?
I think, or something, yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm not seeing anything quickly. I can look up more of that before our next meeting. But
Did
I
you,
don't think there's anything we need to do right now with that except monitor.
and I would imagine that once it passes, Anjek will be, blowing the trumpet on that one.
Right.
So we'll just by being, subscribing to Anjek's email list service, I think we would know that it passed or failed.
Right. Yeah, all I see is that the bill was introduced in 2024 legislative session and is passed out of Senate Environment and Energy committees. So I don't know. Usually it will tell you where it's been referred or what's next. But I do think we had a good visit with Senator Smith, and we should invite him back next year and plan to publicize it a little bit more so that there's better attendance and he has an
Yeah,
opportunity to answer more questions.
I agree.
Yeah, especially with the new administration coming online, it'd be nice to get a feel for him, what direction he thinks things are going to go
Right.
in. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's not saying where it's at
Yeah, I
right
couldn't find it either, but if it's out of committees, typically I only know the federal process. Then it goes to the floor for a vote, but it has to be brought to the floor for a vote. And we're kind of at the end of the year, so
now. Right.
who knows?
Yeah. It's really about like Bill's status and, next steps. But we could certainly ask him. Does anybody remember what month we had him at the meeting?
I think it was in May.
May? Okay.
That
Yeah.
sounds right.
So we should get on his calendar earlier in the year. Like maybe we can reach out in February or March and ask if he'd be willing to, or, to come and plan for that. There's what's called the 90-day rule. I don't know if he'd be able to come 90 days before. I don't know if he's up for reelection. I don't know. He's, I think, 6 years. So it might be 2 more years because the assembly people were this past year. But they're not allowed to participate, although maybe with a municipality they can. They're not allowed to get involved with like nonprofit organizations and community events 90 days before the election because it can be viewed as, electioneering kind of thing, campaign influence. So it's called the 90-day rule. So we should look at that and make sure that we invite him before it would cause any problems because our interests are municipal in nature, governmental in nature. They are not campaigning or political in nature. Is there anything else that we had open like that?
Well, in the minutes, I painstakingly listened listened to what you were talking about, Denise, at the end of the last meeting to get it right. What you were discussing with respect to developers and the green infrastructure contact, and so I hope I got it right. But that was something I think was going to be on this agenda. Again, I was in 2 time zones, You're listening to the last meeting, but it feels like it's this meeting, so it's weird to. But that was something you wanted to discuss at this meeting.
Then the next one is new business. I don't know if we want to. I just left it on there in case anybody wanted to bring anything. Bring anything up.
I think Denise, if you want me to prompt you, maybe give you a little.
Yeah, I'm not prepared to present anything now. I certainly could talk about things, but I don't have a presentation. But yeah, if you want to do that, I'm sensitive to people's time. I don't know if not Josh, Shane is in the car or if he's
No, it's up to you
stationary
guys.
now.
It's up to you
Um,
guys.
Yeah,
are you
I'll have to hop off in just a few minutes actually.
okay?
But
Okay.
I think Denise, just to quickly, you were kind of wondering whether we wanted to address the idea of how the commission is going to formally handle, excuse me, requests from documenters, if they want to ask us questions, if they want to do an interview, how we would handle that as a formal organization as opposed to, individually where you get questions
Mhm.
and you provide answers to an interview. And
Right.
then the second part was potentially get involved with green infrastructure projects or events. Like you mentioned, there was, I think, one in Edison that we didn't participate in.
Hmm.
So that's what that was about. That's all I'm
Right.
getting at.
Um, I am still interested in discussing that. I don't know that it's that time sensitive that we need to do it tonight. I might want to think a little bit more about that, and kind of have something more concrete to present, to ask, or to recommend,
Mm.
kind of like what you did with this item, with the, with the rent
Yeah,
packet
yeah.
item. So I'm good for right now.
okay.
Okay. We don't have a TAC packet to review. Does anyone else have any announcements, communications, or reports they want to share?
No, but mentioning the TAC packet, I I have been a little preoccupied this month, but did we get the TAC packet this month in time to give
Oh,
feedback?
I don't think I shared it. I'm so sorry. That's on me. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Yeah. We're the two things that were on TAC. Well, actually, I can share it like, what do you call it?
Like
I can
after the
share it
fact?
retroactively just so you guys can see it. But
Yeah.
the third one, the third Helix building was the on the TAC packet this month. So you know how like the Helix that's being
Uh-huh.
built across from the train station, um the third building is gonna be starting going up soon. So that was interesting.
Okay. I would like to see I like to see the packets, even if
Yeah.
I don't comment in time. I do like to look at them, and it might prompt, we still are not back to the formal way to give feedback. I think that was kind of loose with Ann and Josh. And now that they're both gone, I'm not sure where we ended up, but it's probably worth looking at that, in the new year. Um, am I correct, Erin, that we don't have a meeting in December? We usually have a more of a social gathering. I don't know if we're going to do that with such a small group this time, or if we wanted to invite anybody else, or we wanted to bypass this month, this year. I could be open to any of those things.
Um, I I feel like a get together could be good, you know what I mean? I could send out something like after the meeting for like I think Anne used to send out like a doodle of like when people are free. You know what I mean? I could send out something like that.
Okay, that would be good.
Yeah,
There were,
that'd be nice.
there were only 5 of us last year, so
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
There were. Yeah. Um, yeah, that would be great, Erin. But no meeting. So our next meeting then is in January, correct?
Yes, our next meeting's in January.
All right.
Oh, shoot.
Well, that
That's my
sounds,
birthday.
which one?
The next meeting's what, January 25th, right?
Oh,
I think. I just changed it on the minutes. I should remember.
oh, cool.
Let's
Okay.
see. I
We
think
can
so.
have a little birthday cake for
Check
you.
that out.
Yeah.
No, it's the 27th. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait, Glenn, when is your birthday?
I'm not telling you now.
Oh, okay.
It's the 25th.
January 25th?
Yeah.
So
Why,
you're an Aquarius too?
you're an Aquarius?
I am an Aquarius.
When's your birthday?
February 11th.
Yeah, you rock. We
Wow.
rock.
Yeah.
I'm in
we are.
February, but I'm a Pisces. I'm at the
Yeah,
end.
that doesn't count.
Yeah.
No.
And then I guess, Shane, we need to ask you yours as well.
April 16.
Okay.
Oh, I like an April birthday.
Yeah,
After tax
not bad.
day.
Yeah.
I wish my birthday was in the
Right.
spring.
What's your sign, Shane?
Aries.
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 Cool.
Yeah. It's a cool one.
All right, guys.
The cool one. No one's
So,
cooler than
we'll look
Aquarius.
for
though.
your,
I mean, we
um,
actually have a song, Aquarians. This is the
That's
dawning,
true.
right? I mean, who else has a song? Come on.
true.
You do have a song.
Yes, you do. So Aaron,
Um,
we'll watch for your, I'm assuming we'll do the same thing, a weeknight. I think we've done weeknights, like a 6 o'clock or 6:30, something like that. You have the baby, whatever works best for you. I'm flexible.
Yeah, Aaron, you didn't make it last year, but I will say Destination Dogs was a good place to have it.
I like that spot. It's a fun one.
Yeah. It's
I
nice
love
and casual.
Destination Dogs.
What was
Yeah,
that?
that was good. And I think last year we went to Clyde's. One year we went to Tavern on George. One year we went to Rafferty's. So we're quite the we spread our wealth around town.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and Harvest
Um,
Moon is another nice place. I go there sometimes. So,
Oh, I like Harvest Moon too.
Yeah.
yeah, whichever.
Someplace
They're all good
casual.
options.
Yeah, casual.
Yeah, we're very lucky here in this town.
Yeah, really.
I wanted to open up the floor to public comments, if anyone had any public comments.
Our guest, let's see. Is she still with us?
I don't think so.
No, she left. Okay. I didn't see when that occurred.
Can't blame them.
All right. Well, I do have to take off, guys. Thank you for the meeting. And then we'll coordinate the in-person meetup, of course. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. And hopefully I'll see everybody before Christmas time.
Yeah, you
Right.
too, Shane.
Same
Have a
to
nice
you.
holiday.
Have a good night. All right, we can
All right.
we can close the meeting at 8:37 p.m.
Take care,
Sounds
guys.
good.
Take care,
Okay.
everybody.
Okay. Have a
a
great
good one.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
Bye. Same to you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.